Gianpietro Mazzoleni, who's a professor of political communication at the University of Milan. Thanks so much for speaking to us. Did Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte have any other option but to put the entire country of 60 million people under lockdown?
Yes, this is something not only unusual but unique. It never happened, probably not even during World War II. So we are speechless in a way, and many people are trying to keep on living their daily life with many cautions, because we have to be careful to talk to some people. We have to avoid, as you said, gatherings, everything. So it's really, we are locked in our own homes and institutions. So this is really a sad moment, I must say.
Very sad indeed. And how is life for your university, your students? How do they study and how do you teach?
Yeah. Yes, even though I'm retired, but I see my colleagues struggling all day to teach their own classes online, which is not usual. This is not. We are not ready for that. So we are trying to put up a platform to make things possible and to avoid students to lose their time and lose their credits for the final exams and for their degrees and so on. It's really something that we have to invent how to solve the problem, because there are no preset solutions to situations like this.
And as you see what's happening in your city, your country, and you look at the rest of the world, over 100 countries, do you think that neighboring countries could become the next Italy?
Yeah. Well, I guess that, well, I hope not. I don't wish the other countries around Italy to go through the same experience. But in case the virus spreads so nastily, probably the example from Italy might eventually turn useful for the neighboring countries. I hope so, because we are really trying to do our best, and our medical people and doctors and specialists and hospitals, they are really trying to do their best, even though there are limitations in hospitals. You cannot recover thousands of people. So the lockdown is really also aimed to limit the people that eventually will have to be recovered into the hospital.
And talk to me about, talk to us about the hospitals, because so many people in Italy are elderly. And yesterday I spoke to one of our guests from the International Red Cross and Red Crescent. He said, that this is, such a crucial moment. Some of his friends who are doctors were asking for help, that there is enormous pressure on the hospitals.
Yes, not only that, but some doctors showed their concern how to treat people. If you have 10 people to treat, and you can only treat 4 because you don't have any other possibility to recover and to take care of all 10, which one will you eventually decide to care of? Well, this is quite a dilemma, as you can imagine. So the authorities are trying to move many sick people to other hospitals, maybe peripheral hospitals, in order to have more rooms and more space in the big hospitals in Milan, for instance. And so it's really something. Again, we are trying to find new solutions to a new problem.
And Gianpietro, how do you eat? I know Lombardy area, where Milan is, has been on lockdown for quite some time now. But how do you manage your daily life? I used to live in Milan. I know how sociable it is and how easy it is to get around. So, what is daily life like now?
Well, luckily, I must say, I don't live in Milan myself. I live in the countryside, north of Milan, which is a nice and quiet, woody area. So I can enjoy walking around and avoiding people because there aren't many people around. But I can see the difficulty of my colleagues in Milan, that they have to take the same lift with other people. So, you know, there are things that you cannot avoid. You can avoid travel. You can stop going to big supermarkets. You go to the small shops next door or around the corner. You can do that. And so, you know, Italians are known to be people with a lot of fantasy, imagination, and creativity. So we try to invent new ways to survive this hopefully short-term drama, I might say, or tragedy.
Indeed. Gianpietro, thank you so much. Gianpietro Mazzoleni, Professor of Political Communication at the University of Milan. Thank you for your time.